Today we're looking at the Frazetta Girls Teegra from Fire and Ice. Once again, welcome back, and we're looking at this figure from Fire and Ice. If you're not familiar with Fire and Ice, go check out my friend Victor on the Gen Experience. He did an awesome video on swords and sorcery, but this is a great fantasy movie from the 1980s. It was all animated with rotoscope. So this was probably one of my favorite of those old-time animated movies. I would say of that time period, second only to maybe Heavy Metal, but definitely one of my favorite films. Some beautiful artwork, Fire and Ice on top, and there's Teegra. I don't know if this was an original movie poster, but it was definitely on the VHS tape, because that's where I remember seeing this first. On the side, it says Fire and Ice again with Teegra, and then the other side, you have a photo of the figure. And you can also see we do get that panther, so pretty cool. On the back, you get a nice little bio, and then a list of all the things you get and a photo of all the different things that Teegra comes with. So it's a really nice artwork on the box, and then we're just going to go ahead and open this front slip, and you see another beautiful picture of the figure, and then a big open window of all the goodies inside. So I'm pretty excited about this one. Let's get it out of the package and check it out. And you have everything in this tray, and one of the things I like about this, since it's direct to consumer, you don't have all those annoying ties that come in like a McFarlane or a NECA figure. So I can just take this clamshell off and I can just pull everything out of the case. So really nice. I know why NECA can't do that for retail, but just nice that I don't have to sit here for 30 minutes and cut all those plastic pieces off. Alright, so let's look at Teegra. And again, if you've never seen the movie before, this is not a kid's movie. So there is some pretty revealing animation in the film. So I'm assuming this figure is going to be pretty revealing. And, you know, just as we speak, yep, there you go. Booty. So yeah, great detail there. Yeah, we'll get to that. But some of her articles of clothing are removable, not everything. So let's not be pervy about it. But the top does come off, and then the tunic comes off. It's this really nice soft vinyl, and I think you got to pop the head off to get that top piece off. So just pull that off there, and you're going to see it's just a single ball joint. So there's no crazy articulation going on there, no hinge, and then you can pop that off, and some more great detail lies underneath. But the tunic, that just comes down with this really soft elastic band. I would be super careful with this because it's really thin. But it stretches easy. Whoa, hello. But great detail on the face, the eye work, and all the jewelry. And then the great gold metallic paints used on her bikini look great. So not going to get much articulation with that hair going back, but she does look forward. And you can get her arms about that wide. Now the elbows are single jointed. I was listening to some video with, I think, the sculptors, and there was a reason why. I think they just didn't want too many cuts in the figure. Whatever, you know, I think they could have probably accomplished it without messing it up, but she can lean forward and back. Can't move too far forward because of those boobies, but she can do splits about right here. So, no thigh cut, and they are only single jointed knees again. However, NECA does this sometimes, and like with Casey Jones, that knee just points real bad. At least with this figure, since that knee's rounded, it doesn't look terrible. And then you do have a hinge at the ankle and a rocker. So that's the articulation on Teegra. So we've definitely seen all the fabulous detail on this figure. And looking at the extra head sculpts, here's your happy expression. Mine does have a blemish on it. And then here's the more angry expression, which I like this one. I'll probably display her with this and this set of hair. This set of hair, it's like the wind's blowing through it, so it's swaying. And it just kind of plugs into that hole, which is really nice. So you can change those up. Grippy hands, and then you get a set of wide open hands as well. So this is Frazetta Girls' second figure. I think overall looks great. Would I have liked more articulation? Yes, but the sculpt does look amazing. And I don't know if this was cost out or if they really just didn't want to put any cuts into the sculpt at all, but this is just a solid hunk of plastic. It has 2 points of articulation. The head moves, and then the tail does move. So beautiful sculpt as a panther. However, it's, you know, if you're an action figure collector, you probably want to pose your figures, and you're not going to get much out of this one. So Not much there. Looks great, but you're not going to get any movement at all. So just popping the head off. It does come with 2 expressions, so that was more just kind of the calm expression. And then you get this angrier expression, and there's an extra point of articulation. His mouth opens, so I guess that's a plus. But there is some difference. This is the angrier version, so his ears are kind of pointed back, whereas the more neutral one, the ears are up. Looking at accessories, you get this stick, which I don't remember from the movie, but I'm assuming she uses it to defend herself in one of the many scenes where she's getting either captured or attacked, whatever it is. But then you do get this knife, which has great detail on the blade and the handle. And this is one of 2 blades that come in the pack. This one I think she used in the film. However, the spear, I don't think she used in the film. I think this was something they added in just to give her more. But she does look great holding it. And not holding it. She just looks great. So I think this looks fantastic with the Panther. Even though the Panther is not articulated at all, you can still get her in some pretty good poses. But the first figure I got from Frazetta Girls was this Dark Wolf, and I wanted to love this figure so much. I mean, aesthetically, looks fantastic, but some QC issues. The arm just kind of popped off anytime I tried to move the arm. So I'm going to try to force it in there as much as I could, but this one's been living on the shelf kind of with his arm hanging off for a while. I know they just re-released it. I'm not going to buy it again. These are expensive figures. I should have mentioned that. It was like 75, 80 bucks. I don't even remember. He does look good though, and if I keep him in some poses, then there's no worry about his arm coming out. But they do look good together. However, there is one more figure, probably, that is a main character. His name is Lauren, but I think I'm going to pass on that figure because I'm just going to use this Marvel Legend Khazar, and he can be my stand-in as Lauren. I've already spent too much money on these 2 figures. But these were the 2 I wanted because Lauren's character in the movie, I'm going to be honest, he was kind of lame. So I really didn't care for him. Really, I only care for Teegra and Dark Wolf. Dark Wolf was just a badass, and Teegra, for obvious reasons. So should you pick this figure up? Well, that depends. Are you a huge Fire and Ice fan, or do you just want a really revealing action figure female in your collection? So luckily for me, both. I wanted some variety in the collection, but at least I'll have someone to kind of pair her with next to Dark Wolf, and I'll see what Lauren looks like when he comes out. But for now, I'm actually going to display this Marvel Legend with these figures. So hope you enjoyed this review, folks. Just a little fun, and if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really appreciate you stopping by. Until the next episode, we'll catch you next time.